Well, it's getting very difficult. We asked for 1,500 troops for Sarajevo. We didn't get any. We've had to bring them in from elsewhere in the former Republic of Yugoslavia. We're now being asked to take on a new line of conflict of 350 kilometres long, as I've just said, and that will stretch our resources enormously. Meanwhile, we still have to go on with our primary role of helping UNHCR deliver humanitarian aid. Of course, there is a trade-off in that if there really is a total feeling of confidence and the opening up of routes throughout central Bosnia, then we won't need so many troops on convoy runs, so that in itself will produce more troops. So there's a slight trade-off either way, but for sure we are getting very stretched indeed.
You're being asked to do this by your political masters at the UN. You're effectively you're a military servant of political men. What do you feel when they fail to back you up in this way?
Well, I'm a total realist. I mean, the United Nations is as good as the countries who make up the United Nations. The world is in a difficult economic situation. Many of the armies at the end of the Cold War were reduced and are still being reduced as savings measures, and I can understand that people find it very difficult to produce resources this late on.
Do you think they're missing a chance here?
Well, I hope we're not going to miss a chance here, for sure. And there have inevitably been some breaches, but one would expect that with difficult chains of command and a very, very long line of conflict, which I think is over 350 kilometres. But in general terms, it seems to be holding, and the discussions we're having today amongst the chiefs on both sides at Kislyak have gone extremely well and have been very productive. But of course, one thing is different is that the ceasefire that's, and the peace process that's been agreed is not backed by the NATO ultimatum. And that, of course, is something which is very different and has very much concentrated people's minds in and around Sarajevo. But my own feeling is that there is a willingness on both sides in central Bosnia to bring this senseless killing to a stop, to try and return their lives to normality. And so I'm hopeful that this ceasefire and peace process won't go the way of many others in the past.